It's a special day today. It is 11/11, my friends, or at least it is as of me posting this. Then I want you to know, regardless of when you're watching this video, this is still going to apply. I will get more into that shortly. But first, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hannah, and I help people to own their powers and step into the driver's seat of their own lives. And today, I'm going to help you do that by giving you some ideas of how you can work with the energies of 11/11 to heal twin flame union, so your relationship with your twin flame if you've met them, even if you haven't met them, to sort of magnetize them into your life. But most importantly, as those of us on the twin flame journey know, to heal union with yourself, to find wholeness within yourself, because 11/11 is a very powerful sort of portal. And again, it doesn't matter if you're watching this on November 11th or not. You can tap into this energy at any time. And there's a variety of 11/11 portals throughout each year and even throughout each day. So there are many options here, and I'm excited to dive right in. So first off, if you haven't studied numerology, I recommend checking that out. Master number 11 is a special number. Usually in numerology, they just go with the single digit numbers and focus on that. But there's 3 master numbers. There's 11, there's 22, and there's 33 that get a little extra attention. Your life path in numerology is basically like your sun sign in astrology. My life path in numerology happens to be 11. So I feel like I'm quite qualified to speak on the topic of 11s, okay? The energy of 11 kind of is that of spiritual awakening and that of a wounded healer, someone that gets wounds so that they can learn to heal others and heal the collective. It can be in its toxic state a kind of martyrdom sort of energy, as many on the spiritual awakening path realize, like when we're going through the dark nights of the soul before we get to the part where we feel like awesome creators of our own realities. And as mentioned, 11/11, November 11th, is a super powerful portal day. And if you're watching this fresh when I made it, or like any following year after I made this video, that's really awesome. Cool. Definitely want to take the stuff in this video and run with it. But even if not, every day there's 11/11 portals at 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. There's also 11/11 portals sometimes on the 11th day of each month, for example, or when the numerology of a day or the day with the year adds up to master number 11. So there's plenty of opportunities to work with this energy. And know that the stuff in this video, it can be done at any time. It's just if you do it during an 11/11 portal, it's probably going to very much amplify the effects. So what is 11/11, right? Many of us on the spiritual awakening journey are very familiar with it, even if we don't quite understand it. And essentially, what I get is it's like the black cat in the Matrix, right? If you've seen the movie The Matrix, there's the black cat, the glitch in the Matrix. That's 11/11. It is a wake-up call. And that is because the downloads I've received about it is that specific number sequence, it kind of holds this activation energy. It activates people. Numbers are simply energies, and it's because life is a video game, as I like to say. You can check out my video on this if you haven't seen that. Numbers can kind of show us the coding behind the game, and the 11/11 sequence specifically has to do with spiritual activation. Now, where do twin flames come into all this, right? Because I have not mentioned them really at all in this video. Twin flames catalyze spiritual awakening. Meeting your twin flame is like spiritual awakening on steroids. I thought I had my spiritual awakening, friends, and then I met my twin flame. I knew nothing, Jon Snow. So seeing 11/11 is often the first synchronicity and number sequence you will notice if you're going through or about to go through a spiritual awakening. And it often appears other times to know a portal's happening, there's an opening. It can also appear because of the association with twin flames to denote twin flame union a twin flame sort of portal and the like. My first experience noticing 1111 is kind of like hilarious and meta. It was when I was age 11, and it wasn't because I was age 11 that I started noticing it. I actually have a very clear memory of being a kid. At the time, I was forced into this very cult-like, non-denominational church that I despised because they were so close-minded, in my opinion, and so fear-mongery. I really couldn't put my finger on it back then, but it was just not a good vibe at all from this church. And I remember sitting in on one of the services, and the preacher was like talking, and I was zoning out as I do. And I noticed on the clock, I was like, 11:11. Wow, that's something. I don't know why it struck me, but it struck me in that moment. And I feel like it is like a nod, like a wink from my guide, that I was age 11, seeing 11:11 on the clock in the middle of like a church service that I hated, to be reminded like, hey, you're more than this. You're better than this. You've transcended this. You don't need to prescribe to what's being taught here. Because a lot of what this church taught did not resonate with me at all. One of my issues with Christianity is like just the sexism, shall we say, the misogyny that I experienced. Maybe this isn't the case for you if you're a Christian and you have experienced a more like open-minded, I guess, sect of Christianity. But in this specific church that I was in, they were so sexist, and it just pissed me off so bad that no one seemed to notice except me and that 11:11 on the clock. So in short, suffice to say, 11:11 reminds us of who we are and what we came here to do. And it often appears to us in our darkest hours when we're like close to going over the edge, close to forgetting who we are, close to giving up on our twin flame union, which I will link my video on that up here, because I recently had a trigger with my twin flame that made me really want to just give up on the whole thing. And then I started seeing 11:11s everywhere, because that's what happens. So now, without any more rambling, I present to you, my friend, the 11 ways to heal union with yourself and with your twin flame using the 11:11 portal energy. Number one is that you want to remain open to receiving. Now that sounds really, really vague, right? That could mean a lot of different things. So let me kind of bring this down to earth for you. As I mentioned, 11:11 is an activation. It's got activation energy in it that activates your light codes, as we call them. So you can really supercharge this by becoming more conscious of the activations. So I would recommend taking 1 minute or maybe 11 and just meditating during an 11:11 portal and imagining that activation energy kind of like tingling inside of you, like activating you. You can see it happening like in whatever picture resonates with you. If you want to think of yourself as like almost like a Christmas tree that just gets like lit up as you go up, like in the spiral or something like that. But just imagine that you're receiving these activations. Feel it in your body. Open yourself to receiving, because that amplifies the effects. Of course, you will receive it regardless of if you're conscious or not, but it's going to be a hell of a lot more powerful if you're aware of what's happening and you let the universe know by opening up to it via meditation that you're ready. 2, you want to check in with your heart. Spiritual awakening, twin flame journeys, they're associated with the heart chakra. The heart is smarter, it's wiser than the head. But in the society we're in these days, we give all our power away to the head, right? And our thoughts, and we overthink. You want to bring it back down to the heart. So a tangible way of doing this is you can take your hands, you place them on your heart, and you just do a brief meditation for a minute or 11 minutes. And you ask your heart, what do you need right now? Or what do you want me to know right now? You just start a dialogue with it and see what shows up for you. Even if you feel silly and you get nothing, that's okay. It's your intention that matters. It's the fact that you're taking this time out of your day to be still, if only for like 30 seconds, and letting your heart know that you are working in tandem with it, that you want to work in tandem with it. This will completely change your life. Also, it makes a great remedy for overthinking and anxiety. So yeah, that's a nice little benefit. So 3, now that you've checked in with your heart, you actually want to imbue some healing into your heart, because the heart, I believe, is where most people store most of their trauma. It's just, there's more space there, I guess. That's what's coming through right now. I'm like getting downloads as I talk about this. So yeah, most people store like a hell of a lot of trauma and pain in their heart, and that can manifest as like unexplained like heart pain that you experience with no cause. That's definitely a sign it's energetic in nature. So you can imbue healing into your heart by, again, meditating. Yay! But you don't have to do it for a long time if you suck at meditating. Again, a minute is totally more than enough. You just want to imagine that you are connecting with source energy from above, and like you have this light going up from your crown chakra, connecting in source. And on each inhale, imagining that you're pulling in light through your crown chakra, bringing it down into your heart space. And just breathe through this as many times as you need to until your heart still starts to feel a bit lighter and more healed. And your heart will be so happy, and thank you for that. 4, you can check in with your higher self. And if you haven't seen my video on your higher self being a dragon, that might be a good place to start checking in with your higher self. But if not, that's cool. There are many ways to do this. Again, meditation, right? It's a staple for a reason. You can just meditate and ask your higher self to come in, ask them what they want to know, see what they show you. I'm sure there's guided meditations on YouTube and the like where you can easily be guided through this process if you don't have the confidence to do it on your own. You can do automatic writing. You can do automatic drawing. And so these are things where you're like asking a question to your higher self, and then you are just writing. You're writing without thinking. You're drawing without thinking. And that's you channeling their response, their message. You can also just pull tarot. Keep it nice and classic. Tarot, oracle cards. Can even go on TikTok. You can use a pendulum. There's like a million different ways of like divination. And if you're interested in like learning more of these specific things, you can check out my course, the Psychic Superpower Accelerator, because I go into like very detail about like all the different ways you can develop certain psychic abilities to channel sources like your higher self. So number 5 is you can do the same thing, but not with your higher self, with your twin flame's higher self. And even if you've not met your twin flame in real life, or you're not sure, you can do this. Even if you have and you're with them, you can do this. You can connect with their higher self, get a little bit more information about things. And you can just start to initiate the telepathy process. You can ask them questions and get a feel for what their energy is like, see what they want you to know, see what they want to share with you. One thing I like to do with my twin flame's higher self is ask, like, what's one thing that he appreciates or loves or likes about me? And I will tell his higher self something that I love or like, appreciate about him and his energy. And so you kind of create this equivalent exchange of gratitude energy, appreciation energy, love energy. So 6, this ties into 6. You're going to send love to your twin flame's higher self. After connecting with their higher self, you want to send love to them. And this is a really, really, really great way to supercharge meeting your twin flame or catalyzing union. Of course, you can't manipulate the situation. No, you can't ever manipulate your twin. So don't think, oh, if I just send them lots of love, they're going to come to me. If that's your kind of reasoning, it's going to have the opposite effect. That's probably going to cause them to run more. But if it feels in alignment to do so, you can send your twin flame love. If you sense that they're in trouble and they're distressed and they need a little backup, they need some love, you can imagine sending them love. Again, very vague. I like to do this by just imagining that me and my twin flame are connecting in the higher realms, and I'm just like hugging him or something. It's really that simple. We as humans in the 3D, we want to overcomplicate everything, but it's always very, very simple. It's really as simple as just hugging your twin flame in meditation, in the etheric, kissing your twin flame, sending them love that way. Or you can imagine that you have like a green energy coming from your heart chakra that you're beaming out like Kamehameha at them. Have fun with it. 7, you can engage in a creative activity because, as I'm always saying, creative ability is the same as psychic ability. When you're doing creative stuff, you're actually channeling, you're engaging your psychic energies, you're increasing your psychic ability. So when the veil is like thin, when we're in an 11-11 portal, it's easier than ever to connect in with your creativity and with the other side. So whatever is fun for you creatively, whether it's writing, drawing, coloring, dancing, singing, anything at all, you do that, and I promise you're gonna get some insane results. Speaking of music, number 8 is I want you to take like a playlist or something, you take some music that you have, play it on shuffle. Our guides, higher selves, the other side, they love speaking through music. And now in this day and age, it's so easy to get access to like a million different songs in the shuffle option. You can just put it on shuffle and be like, okay, guides, what do I need to hear? Let me know in the next song. And they will. And it's that simple and it's powerful. And because music is the way it is, you're not going to forget the answer because the song's just going to keep playing in your head. Probably they'll start sending you the same song over and over and over again as validation, as a sign for you. 9 is you want to go out into nature and you want to speak with nature. I feel like everyone in like spiritual stuff, they're always like, yeah, just go into nature. Like, it's just like cookie cutter answer now for spirituality and mindfulness. And for good reason, because it's very valuable. But I want to take it a step further, and I do take it a step further. I want you to actually speak with nature, with Mother Nature, with planet Earth. Don't just go out into nature, but actually start a dialogue with her. And if you're following the other steps, you've already done it with your higher self and your twin flames higher self and the like, should be no problem. It's the same process. So just go out into nature and then you start talking to her. And first off, for your twin flame union, you want to let her know like, hey, I'm ready to anchor this love onto the planet, because that's what twin flames do. We help with the ascension process by anchoring frequencies of unconditional love onto the planet. So let her know you're ready, and she will support you in that. She will give you the next step. She will just fill you with that unconditional love and help you hold the frequency even when your twin flame is unable or unwilling to do so. And then it's simply a matter of remaining open to her support and receiving that support and allowing it and knowing that you're so worthy of it. Mother Nature is great for helping us tap into our divine feminine energies of receiving and allowing and being, which many of us struggle with, myself included, because just in our society in general these days, we're like in love with the toxic masculine energies of just doing, and proving our worth and proving our existence and taking, giving. Mother Nature will help you just zen right the hell out. So 10, call upon the love dragons. Yay, I get to talk about dragons in a spiritual awakening twin flame video. Yay. So love dragons are a thing that I haven't done a video on yet, but now I feel like I'm gonna have to. But yeah, these are dragons that specialize in love, and they will help you catalyze union because they're all about that. Because they're like, yes, oh my gosh, twin flames, you're going to anchor unconditional love onto this planet. We are so about that. We so want to help you. So all you have to do is invite them in, and they're gonna come and they're gonna support you. They're gonna help you heal any blockages to union with your twin flame, to yourself. They're gonna make it like a smoother ride if possible. They're very gentle in my experience, very loving as one would expect. So you call upon those love dragons for an extra boost. They're happy to assist. Finally, 11 is forgive yourself. Ooh, plot twisted. I bet people didn't expect that one. Forgive yourself. Of course, probably you're going to have to forgive your twin flame at some point too, but it starts with forgiving yourself, because so many of us are carrying like self-loathing and rejecting ourselves. And our twins can only then reflect that back to us. Society only reflects that back to us. So you first have to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself then opens you to loving yourself and finding wholeness within yourself. And it's easier to do so than ever during an 11-11 portal. It's easier under those energies to find exactly what it is that's holding you back from loving yourself. It's easy to find where you're still kind of holding yourself to a standard. You're holding guilt about something. So go in, forgive yourself. And a quick hack for this is if you imagine yourself as a small child and ask them to explain, why they did whatever it is they did, whatever about yourself and your life you're disappointed with. And just let them explain. And I guarantee you're gonna want to like hug them and love them and stuff after you've listened. If you're visualizing them as this child and you're really hearing them out and hearing their story, and it's that simple, then you just love them. Again, you hug them, you kiss them, you hold them, and it's done. You forgive yourself, and it totally will transform your entire life. There you have it, friends. If this is still feeling a bit vague to you and it's not making sense, or you just feel like you need an accountability partner because maybe you're at the point you're like, yeah, I know what I have to do, but you never actually do it. You kind of procrastinate. That's totally a thing we all struggle with. You can hit me up for coaching. I am taking one-on-one clients right now. I love to help people through this process of healing through energetic blockages and the like. And also, House of the Spirit Dragons doors are currently open as of posting this. And currently, as of posting this, we're working on twin flame stuff and like shadow work and the like. And it's really powerful, and I would love to have you there. And another reminder, like, this stuff can be done anytime, but it's probably going to be supercharged if you work with some sort of 1111 portal energy, whether you're seeing it on the clock or on the calendar or whatever. Just follow your intuition and know that you're going to get the best possible results. Finally, I would just like to ask if you, my friend, have any downloads on ways you can work with this 1111 energy to heal union with yourself or with your twin flame. As always, share with the class below. No need to keep it to yourself. We'd love to hear from you. And me and the dragons love you forever, as always. And we would super appreciate if you could like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be updated when I post on my super erratic schedule. Again, it helps the algorithm along, helps people discover this, and to find sort of a life preserver in the often daunting waters of the spiritual awakening journey. Am I right? So we would love you forever for that and super appreciate you. As always, friends, much love. Stay powerful.